In the headlines, wives of 7 worshippers murdered in Kaduna cried for help. Gunmen kidnap 8 persons on Ida or Dolu Road in Kogi State. Tribunal sacks Plateau Assembly Speaker, one other. On an international scene, Niger soldiers killed in suspected terrorist attack. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news in detail. So weeks after killing 7 men by bandits in Saya community of Ikara local government area of Kaduna State, wives of the deceased are appealing for help to enable them cater for the children of the deceased. Over 62 children has been left behind by the late husband. The community, which is still traumatized by what happened earlier among the attacks, are still in fear as they have never witnessed such attack in that part of the community. Bello Musa in Kaduna has more.
Saya is a community in Ikara local government bordering Kano State. Prior to the recent attack, there was no security challenge in the area, but the attack by suspected bandits that led to the killing of 7 men sent chills down their spine. This is the family of the vigilante leader of the community who was among the 7 killed by the gunmen. He left 17 children with one of his wives pregnant at the time of our visit. Then, naming ceremony of the 17th child was ongoing.
We are still confused because we have been left with children we cannot care for alone. We are devastated, but we have to be patient. We believe that this is from God.
It is another pathetic story for this family, as their husband left them with 20 children. Life has not been easy for them after the death of their husbands.
My heart beats faster than normal each time I remember him. I felt like joining him in the grave. We have 20 children to take care of.
Saleh Ibrahim lost his son, a graduate of NCE, seeking admission in the university. This family also lost their brother, who left them with 8 kids, mostly minors. Whenever I remember my son, then I became worried and traumatized. He was productive and he helped me a lot. He has large family and he fends for his family, but now the responsibility is now on us. They are all minors with 2 adults.
6 people were killed here while worshipping inside this mosque by the suspected bandits. Malam Ilyasu Usman is an eyewitness.
I was praying outside the mosque. All of a sudden, they came, shooting with their faces masked. We took to our heels, and when they left, we realized that they killed our people. Saya is a community without a security outpost, and it appears the attackers who arrived at the village on motorcycles took advantage of the bad roads leading to the community. They carried their heinous operations within just 10 minutes and left. I called the DPO of Ikara, but due to bad road, when he arrived at our community, and later soldiers from Kano arrived at the community minutes after the attack. The 5 out of the 7 victims killed by the gunmen left more than 60 children who are now at the mercy of relatives and neighbors. Meanwhile, prayers have resumed in this mosque few hours after the attack by the suspected bandit. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
And now to Kogi State, where suspected kidnappers have reportedly abducted 8 persons on Ida or Dolu Road in Igalamela or Dolu local government area in Kogi State within 4 days. A witness who preferred not to be mentioned for fear of attack claimed that he escaped from the scene of the incident, which happened on Sunday. He told Daily Trust on Thursday in Lokoja that about 8 persons have been in the hands of the kidnappers since Sunday when the criminals began operation along the route. The Kogi State Police Command's spokesperson, SP William Aya, did not respond to inquiries on the incident. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Thursday said that it secured a total of 3,785 convictions in 2022 alone. Ramia Ikanade of Legal and Prosecution Department of the EFCC said this while presenting a paper at the workshop on effective reporting of economic and financial crimes in Makurdi Zonal Command. He said the number was the highest in the history of the commission. Ikanade further said that the Makurdi Zonal Office of the EFCC had already secured 43 convictions plus this year, while it also made a appreciable outing of 39 convictions in 2022. A total of 16 convictions in 2019 when the zone was established in Makurdi and only 9 in 2020 following the COVID-19 disruption. Acting Executive Chairman of EFCC Abdul Karim Chokol said the workshop was designed to upgrade participant skill to enable them to discharge their duties as financial crimes reporters more efficiently. Chokol, however, urged the media to continue to align itself with the progressive aspirations of Nigerians to see that corruption is reduced to the barest minimum. Over 2,000 internally displaced persons taking refuge at Baka Camp in North Bank area of Makurdi local government area of Benue State have accused the youths of the area of attacking and dispossessing them of their food and other essential materials distributed to them by Benue State government. The IDP stated this during a protest in the area. The report.
The internally displaced persons who are protesting the action of the suspected youths in the area called on the state government to beef up security around the camp, when next they are sending relief items to them to avert further occurrences. Some of them said the best thing for them is to relocate them back to their ancestral homes.
It was 150 bags of rice, 150 bags of beans, also 150 bags of gari. They were shared inside, and also the youth around came and packed them inside their tent around here, inside here.
But this thing happened yesterday. Some of us cried. Every time anything comes here, they will not allow the government to do for the IDP first. They will start dragging for their own. So the youth they were angry. They started removing some bags. I myself, I dragged a jerrycan of oil. A youth gave me a dirty slap today. My back is paining.
The government should help us. The only help that the government will help us should take us to our village. Because in our village, we used to farm humbam kwasi. And that humbam kwasi, we eat and belly food. Here, we don't have food. How many days I didn't eat?
The district head of the area, as well as the youth leader, expressed disappointment over the attack and promised to address the incident.
Whether it was youth or the women that they started coming in, they were impatient. They started coming, they pushed us, they started pushing us. So that was exactly what happened. That is the only thing I know.
Not tell you precisely that it was my youth that done that. I'm just telling you that. We didn't know where those people just came from. They now came and then start attack. And that's where everything was vanished. They collected everything. It wasn't my youth, let me put it through.
Meanwhile, an official of the Benue State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, said they have taken note of the situation and will address it soon. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
Sad situation there from Benue. And moving on, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, has asked the organizer Labour to respect the June 5 order issued by the National Industrial Court restraining both Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and Trade Union Congress TUC from embarking on any industrial action over fuel subsidy removal and related issues. And a letter to the NLC and TUC and the Femi Falana included, Fagbemi said that the plan by both labour bodies to embark on an indefinite strike from October 3 was a violation of the subsisting order and a different disregard to the dignity and integrity of the court. The AGF urged Falana to prevail on his clients to respect the order of the court and allow room for ongoing negotiations between parties on how to address the challenges associated with the fuel subsidy removal. He reminded them that a court order, regardless of the opinion of any party on it, remains binding and enforceable until set aside. The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Kaduna State, Isa Ashiru, has urged his party supporters to remain law-abiding while they pursue the appeal court process. Ashiru, in a statement he personally signed and issued after the tribunal verdict, assured the people of Kaduna State that he will pursue the mandate they gave him to its logical conclusion. The statement said the tribunal finds merit in the aspect of the petitioner's case relative to margin of win between the two leading candidates. The tribunal, by a split decision of 2-1, accordingly nullified the election of the governor of Kaduna State, ordered that the certificate of return be retrieved and fresh elections be conducted in some polling units in 4 local government areas, and the outcome thereof be reckoned with before the declaration of the winner of the governorship election in Kaduna State. Meanwhile, Governor Obasani of Kaduna State has called on his party faithful to moderate the celebration of his victory at the tribunal. According to him, they must individually and collectively extend an olive branch to their brothers and sisters in other political parties. Governor Sani disclosed this in a statement he personally signed and issued to newsmen shortly after the tribunal verdict. He said the victory is a clear demonstration of his belief in the principles of democracy and the imperative of civility in the conduct of political actors. He called on PDP candidate Isa Ashiru and members of the opposition parties in Kaduna State to join hands with them as they strive to move the state to a higher level. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Rivers State has dismantled a newly built illegal refinery at Umuechem in Eche local government area of the state. State Commandant of the Corps, Basil Igboeze, said that the anti-vandal unit uncovered the site through credible intelligence. Abiodun Yusuf reports.
The raid, which took place in Umuechem, Eche local government area of Rivers State, where the illegal refinery is built, is part of the fight against crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism by officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Officials say the team recovered 20,000 liters capacity receiver open tank, 25 liters cooking pot, and 4-inch galvanized pipes. Speaking with newsmen at the illegal refinery site, spokesperson of the command, Olufemi Ayodele, explained that the site was discovered by the anti-vandal unit of the command. He promised that the officials of the command will ensure that all illegal refineries are destroyed.
It has a negative and a debilitating effect on the environment, causes environmental hazard, causes pollution. And you can imagine if this activity should succeed in this particular environment, it spreads across board. There will be pollution of the air.
The head of the anti-vandal, Peters Ibiso, explained how the illegal refineries works.
They'll connect from the pipeline, tap from the pipeline, vandalize it, then feed this one. When they feed this oven, it's from here they boil. They use different mechanisms. They can use gas, they can use wood to boil. As they boil, just like the conventional refinery, fractional distillation.
Meanwhile, the state commandant, Basil Igboeze, has promised to make the state uncomfortable for illegal oil dealers.
We will always rely on actionable intelligence from the public to aid us in activities, because we act on prompt intelligence, and it is intelligence that drives our operation.
The commandant maintained that the NSCDC has a clear statutory mandate to safeguard critical national assets and infrastructure across the Federation, assuring that Rivers State Command will not be deterred or distracted by the activities of oil thieves in the state.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at road dilapidation in Lagos. Details of this story and more when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news updates on Trust Television. A recap of some of our top stories. We told you that wives of 7 worshippers murdered in Kaduna cry out for help. And gunmen kidnap 8 persons on Ida Odolu Road in Kogi State. And moving on to more stories, an election petition tribunal sitting in Jos on Friday has sacked the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Moses Sule, and Danjuma Azi, representing Mikang and Jos Northwest constituencies in the Assembly. The sacked lawmakers are members of the ruling People's Democratic Party in the state. The tribunal, however, declared the former majority leader of the House, Malong Daniel and Mark Naa, all of the All Progressives Congress, as winner of the March 18 elections. The petitioners had challenged the sponsorship of Sule and Azi on the ground that the PDP was not qualified to participate in the election for lack of party structure. Delivering the judgment, the tribunal led by Muhammad Tukur said PDP was not qualified to sponsor the respondents for the election because the party had no structure, averring that nothing can stand on nothing. Justice Tukur said INEC has failed to tender any authentic document that showed there was repeated Congress by the party in 2021, as claimed by the respondents. On Thursday, the Tukurs-led panel had dismissed 2 PDP lawmakers of the State Assembly. Now, Delta State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Asaba, the Delta State capital, has dismissed the petition brought before it by the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Ovie Omar Gege, challenging the victory of Governor Sharif Oborwari of the People's Democratic Party in the March 18th election. The 3-member tribunal led by Justice C.H. Ahu Chago held that the petition contained substantiated allegations, noting that it was speculative and lacking merit. Omar Agege, who came second in the March 18 election, challenged the declaration of Oborowari as a winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. And away from the tribunal matters, residents and road users have continued to decry the deplorable condition of roads in some areas of Lagos State. Among the affected areas is the Okoba Agege area, from where Aishat Momo filed this report as presented in our studio.
Residents in the Okoba Agege area of Lagos State are groaning over the deplorable condition of roads in the area. Okoba Agege remains one of the areas in the state with dilapidated roads from Orile down to Abattoir Junction. Some residents and road users on Ilobo Street, while speaking with our reporter, said the roads have become worse than they were in the past.
So we have suffered a lot on this road. Most people have fallen down on this road. Some are breaking leg, carried to the hospital, taken to the hospitals. When do you see, if you can see the road now, you see it's not in good condition. Sometimes they can send the children to go and throw away water. It can fall into the gutter, to the gutter, so that it will affect it. And by going down to the end of this street, we see canal over there. And when the kid enter the gutter, there's no way that you can remove him anymore again. So that's how we lost life.
Drivers plying that route also complained that the state of the road has forced vehicles to move at snail speed as they try to navigate through the myriad of potholes, while other drivers have been forced to change their routes.
Who affect my business too much? All the theater motor we carry no could come Abattoir again, save this road. This road is no good at all. Help us, Nigeria. You understand? What is about to do? Say we do it, we patch. Don't do anything here.
Either rain or no rain, it's very, very critical. The road is too bad that we cannot even afford to. We normally spoil our keke anyway. To the extent you can see there is little keke here now. Formerly, we used to have more than 20 kekes here, but most of them have gone to mechanic because of the road. It's too bad. It's more than bad.
We don't have any access to pass the road when the rain starts.
They, however, called for quick intervention from the government in area repairs and maintenance.
And now news from outside the shores of the country. 7 soldiers were killed on Thursday in Niger's southwest. An attack by suspected insurgents, and 5 others died in a tragic accident while trying to respond to the assault. The deaths came as former colonial power France prepares to withdraw an anti-terrorism force station in the country at the request of its new military leaders who seized power in Okot 2 months ago. Niger's Defense Minister Salifou Mordi said in a statement that a military unit had been violently attacked by several hundred terrorists in the town of Kandaji on Thursday, adding that 7 soldiers were killed in the fighting. Another 7 people were injured and evacuated to a hospital, he said. The minister said a search and sweep operation is on the way to track down the enemy. The Talibari region is the hideout for insurgents, particularly those affiliated with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. And that brings us to the end of the news update at this hour. For more, you can follow us on all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. On behalf of the news crew, thank you for watching and bye.